good morning. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, if you're somebody who has been experiencing a lot of challenge when it comes to relationship, I really want to reach out to you and share something with you. What is it that you should not say in a relationship? What is it that you should avoid saying in a relationship? Well, before I tell you, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel, like this video and share it if you like it. Alright, so what is relationship really made up of? What is it made up of? Have you thought about it? Is it just love or is it just spending time together? There are lots of things that comes and makes a relationship, okay? It is definitely not easy to just, uh, say that, okay, this is what a relationship is. There are so many factors that is required and that's involved in making a relationship. But whenever there are difficult situations, whenever there are fights, there are arguments, there are times that we end up saying things that we shouldn't say, that can not just hurt the other person, that can not just destroy the relationship, but that can destroy the foundation of your relationship. And what is that? There are times when we have fights, when we have arguments, when we are feeling disrespected because of things, because of situations, because of what the other person has done. Sometimes we end up saying, oh, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think that we should go forward. Oh, I'm done with this relationship. When we end up saying these things, any of the statements, it could be your own, the way you say it, but when we say such statements and we kind of doubt the certainty of this relationship, we doubt the foundation of the relationship. Think about it. Think about it. Go back to the time when you started this relationship. What made you start this relationship? What made you decide that I want to be with this person? Think about it. And when it comes to being with this person, how have you felt? Just don't think about that one time that you have not been loved, that one time that your respect was affected, that one time that you were questioned on something. Think about all the times when you were loved. Think about all the times when you gave the love. Think about all the times when you gave and received the respect. What made you do that, right? Sometimes there are times when we have a certain difficulty in a relationship and we just think that this is it, and we make that such a big thing. Yes, it could be big. You may have been hurt badly, you may have been, but where is the foundation? The foundation is mostly in the communication. If the communication is missing, if you are unable to communicate and convey your point to the other person is not listening, or you are not listening to the other person, it's very simple that you're going to destroy the foundation of this relationship. And what is the foundation of this relationship? It's communication, it's love, it's all those little moments that you have spent together. So I always say that whenever there are difficult times in your relationship, sometimes it is not because of what exactly happened. There are two factors that I always give the reason to. One is the time, another one is the environment. All the time will not be your the exact situation that has happened. So please avoid saying that, you know what, I can do this, I can do that, or we should just get this over, it's not working out, or we will see how if it works out or not. Is it really like a job? Is it a job that you can just leave it all of a sudden? Yeah? You get tired one day and you're not able to go to the office, get up, and and office is that relationship, office is that temple of relationship, and you just decide, okay, you know what, I can't do it. Really? Maybe it was a collection of other things that has been building up, and then you decided that, okay, it's not going to work out. But think about those times when it worked out. If the relationship is very, it is, say, 6 months, 8 months, I can understand. But if the relationship has been for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, it's a long time. And I always believe that whenever there is a disturbance in a relationship that comes, it has come to teach us something. Like a job, like a career, like money, there is growth, Sometimes a relationship also requires stability and growth. Maybe you're missing that. Maybe you're missing communication. Maybe you're missing a certainty. And because that is not happening, it is leading to this. And like I said, I will say it again. Sometimes it's not what exactly happened. The behavior of the other person, of yourself. It is not that. Sometimes it is time and environment. Sometimes the times are not right. Like, to look at these days, the times are not right. Uh, there are wars happening. There is so much of political disturbance. There is so much of natural calamities. People are depressed, stressed. The energetic frequency of the entire environment is not that great, right? And sometimes that affects you if you're not keeping yourself protected. And sometimes it's the environment. Who are you in the environment? What are you doing in the environment? What kind of people you're surrounded with? You know, if you are just surrounded with negative people who are always complaining, then naturally it is going to affect your energy. If you are surrounded with people who are always drinking, smoking, in drugs, naturally it is going to impact your own frequency. So there could be many, many reasons, but environment and time is something that could be the main reason sometimes. And I always say that when you end up saying that, I don't want to continue, or I'm not sure if it will work, you actually destroy the trust of the other person. Or if the other person is saying something like this to you, then you stop trusting that person. And if it has happened once, stop it right now. But if it has happened a couple of times, then also stop it, because the foundation of the relationship can be really destroyed. And what is the foundation once again? Is it just love? It's communication. It is respect. It is trust. There's so many things that comes as foundation in a relationship. Okay, so whenever arguments are happening, or situations have come to this point that you're like, okay, I'm done. So why does that happen? Is because maybe you want a break, maybe you want a little bit of a space, and that space you're not getting, right? That space to think and rethink and revisit your own self, that is not happening, because of which you think that, okay, I'm just gonna done end it. Is it really a joke? Think about it. Is it a joke? Yeah, if the other person is beating you, if the other person is really ruining you completely, then I understand. But think about it. Is the issue that big, or you have made it that big by thinking about it again? The issue was this much, you could have resolved by talking, but you have made it this, because it came to your respect, it came to your value system. So here's the last thing that I want to say. Whenever somebody does anything, right? Let's say you have a partner and that person has done something which has kind of offended you, and which is kind of affecting you, you need to understand that everybody comes with certain values, okay? And it is not just the values that you started the relationship with. As you're going forward, there will be certain values which a person has to kind of, take, or kind of opt for. And there will be times when, their values will not align with your values. And that's it. That person has not disrespected you. That person's intention was probably not that. But that was his value, and something could be your value, and that could be conflicting. So maybe you need to find out a midway to understand where we can kind of bring it together, and know that, what, his value is this, my value is this. So it's not really the respect, or it's not really that I have been unloved, or or I have been, the trust has been destroyed, but it is more about that the values are different. So how much can you bring it together? If it is something very, very big, I can understand. Then, of course, I always recommend people to first even go to a therapist, speak to somebody wise, not just to anybody, speak to somebody wise, or then go for, either if you want to kind of part ways, or if you want to have a divorce. But if it is not that, you have put in so much of effort in the relationship, the other person has put in so much of effort and love in the relationship, and all these relationships are very karmic, It has got to do with your karma. And if you just destroy it, or if you just want to finish it all of a sudden, the karmas and the patterns are going to come back to you. So just think about it. before you say to the other person, okay, I'm done, or okay, we won't be able to work it out. Just avoid these kind of sentences, because this destroys the trust. And whenever a pattern or a difficult situation is going to come up, these statements are going to come up, and we don't want that. So please make sure that you avoid these statements as much as you can. I wish you all the best in your relationship. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel, like the video and share it with people. You never know, there may be somebody out there who's struggling with the same situation, and it could be helpful. Thank you. Bye.